What's good, America?
Cast the gang, cast the gang, cast the gang.
Today we're not saying cast the gang, we're saying America. America. You know why?
What's going on?
You know why?
Because Trump won.
Because it's the elections of America. Bro.
They're done, bro.
Yeah. They kept counting, dog. They kept counting.
Oh, yeah, the count doesn't stop. Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
But Trump won.
I don't know much about American politics. I just know that they're way more different than ours.
Yeah. It's two parties.
So I don't know, it was Kamala Harris, ne?
Yeah.
And who was the vice president?
I don't know the vice president. It was Kamala Harris.
Yeah, Kamala, it was the party she runs. I think it's the Democrats.
Yes.
The country, the party that she is the leader of, Joe Biden was the president of.
Yeah.
And then she was the vice president. So when Joe Biden stepped down,
she got promoted. And a lot of people behind Kamala Harris wanted a female president in America. Yeah. But Trump said no. He said no, sir. It ain't happening. But yeah, let's get to some of the things, the changes on the news, what's happening now that Trump has won. Let's see.
It's brought to you by Ground News. Yesterday,
shout out to Ground News.
The House of Representatives,
go subscribe,
the Senate, and most importantly, their new president. The pre-election polls were impossibly tight and implied that both Kamala Harris and Donald Trump could have won. In the end, however, as the results have rolled in over the past few hours, it became apparent that, as he did in 2016 and 2020, Trump had outperformed the polls. And by the time this video comes out, he may already be declared the winner. President. So in this video, we're going to look at the results so far and why Trump will probably be the next president of the United States.
Nah. 2020 does Joe Biden. That's Joe Biden.
So what is this guy talking about?
I don't know what this guy is talking about. It was Trump, and then he lost power to Joe Biden, and then now he's back again.
Oh, he lost in 2020.
Yes.
Oh, okay,
he lost, and then he's back.
Before we get into it, we were up all night writing and animating this video. So let me quickly tell you about...
Wait, sorry about this. We live in South Africa. If you were to ever been given a chance to return a president, who would it be?
Obviously. Not obviously, but... yeah, obviously.
Nelson Mandela.
Nelson Mandela.
Long live Tata, man.
Nelson Mandela.
No Tata bashing will be done on the
our magazine Too Long. This is the high-quality physical magazine that we make every 4 months, and this time dives into every major election that took place in 2024, including, obviously, the US election. So if you want our full analysis of the US election, what the winner is likely to do next, whether that be Trump or Harris, our review of the Biden administration, as well as coverage from elections around the world, then consider picking up a copy. There's a link to the store in the description where you'll also find a full video explaining the magazine. So commemorate this massive election, support our journalism, and experience our very best then you can skip ahead. But for everyone else, American presidential elections are not won by the popular vote. Rather, they're won by the Electoral College. In short, every state gets a certain number of electoral votes, which roughly correspond with the size of their population. The total number of electoral votes available is 538, which means that a candidate needs 270 votes or more in order to win. In 48 out of the 50 states, and in Washington, D.C., which gets 3 electoral votes thanks to the 23rd Amendment, whoever wins the most votes in that state gets all of the electoral votes. But Maine and Nebraska do things slightly differently, allocating 2 electoral votes to the state's popular vote winner, and then 1 electoral vote to the popular vote winner in each congressional district. Anyway, most states aren't actually all that competitive, and we basically knew who was going to win in advance. According to Nate Silver's forecast, for instance, 21 states and Washington, D.C. had a greater than 85% chance of going for Harris, collectively accounting for 226 electoral votes, while 23 other states had a greater than 85% chance of going for Trump, collectively accounting for 218 electoral college votes. That means that, leaving aside Maine's 2nd district, which was probably always going to go for Trump anyway, and only accounts for a single electoral vote, the entire race hinged on the 7 remaining so-called swing states. Nevada, which gets 6 electoral votes, Wisconsin, which gets 10, Arizona, which gets 11, Michigan, which gets 15, Georgia, which gets 16, North Carolina, which also gets 16, and Pennsylvania, which gets...
What's happening now?
No, like the way this guy is like breaking it down is just funny. He's breaking it state by state. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
He wants you to understand.
Alright, so
He
guys,
wants
we're
you
just
to
gonna let this
understand.
ride. We're not gonna comment that much over it because
19,
it will
and
take
has
forever.
therefore been the focus of much of the campaign. Anyway, the polls going into the election had almost all of these races neck and neck, with the exception of Arizona, where Trump apparently held a 2.4-point lead. Nate Silver's aggregator had every swing state within basically a 1-point margin, which is basically why Silver, along with almost all other pollsters, gave each candidate roughly equal chances of winning the Electoral College. In his final pre-election forecast, Silver actually gave Harris a literally 50.0% chance of winning, while The Economist gave her a 56% chance, and 538 gave her a 50% chance. However, with the results rolling in over the past few hours, it's looking
But it's
more
complicated
and more like
to
Trump
calculate
has,
these
once
analytics.
again,
Yeah.
outperformed the
Seems
polls.
like work.
As of about 1 a.m. Eastern Time, North Carolina and Georgia have both been called for Trump. Arizona
North Carolina, that's where J. Cole is from. I'm locked in.
also looks likely to go for Trump, because while only 53% of the votes have been counted, Trump currently holds a slight lead, and the remaining votes are due to come from Trump-leaning areas, especially Maricopa County, which includes the city of Phoenix. When it comes to Nevada, their vote normally takes unusually long to count, but provisional data collected by John Ralston of the Nevada Independent suggests that it's basically a toss-up. But because it only accounts for 6 electoral college votes anyway, it's unlikely to be decisive. Anyway, assuming Arizona does indeed fall for Trump, this means that Harris would probably need to win all 3 blue wall swing states, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin, in order to win the Electoral College overall. And unfortunately for Harris, this looks basically impossible, largely because as of 2 a.m. Eastern Time, Pennsylvania looks overwhelmingly likely to go for Trump, with many networks calling it as a Trump victory. And it's not just Pennsylvania either. Trump also looks likely to win Michigan and Wisconsin, although this isn't yet certain because of the lower percentage of respective votes that are being counted. Now, we should stress that, as of the time of writing, the results aren't yet certain. There are still millions of votes to come, and a whole load of states are yet to be called. Nonetheless, the consensus is that a Trump victory is overwhelmingly likely. The New York Times currently gives Trump more than a 95% chance of winning the election.
Well, now I can confirm that he was right.
Oh, Trump.
No, the guy TLDR News that Trump was very likely to win.
Yeah, according to what he just broke down just now, step by step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now that
Before the elections, who did you think was gonna win?
I always knew Trump was gonna win.
Yeah.
Not to say
Me
anything badly, but I just, from where I am, where I live, American news easily. You get access to that information easily, because they're like one of the biggest countries ever. So everything that happens there, you see, in terms of communication, fans, whatever. So you already knew when it was the Kamala Harris fans were
Beyonce was behind.
all the celebrities, but that wasn't gonna help.
Yeah.
That wasn't gonna
But
help.
Trump had
The people,
Elon Musk, like the
and then
influential people.
And he also had like people who want him to win because they're saying he's the more logical, but that's not everybody says that. We do not know, guys. We're just saying what we heard. But then the females are like, females should have voted for Kamala. So
Yeah. Before the elections, it was said that mostly females and let's say the young people are more likely to vote for Kamala.
yeah.
But yeah, the results.
But then,
came
if
out
I
otherwise.
don't want to make this about race. I'm just curious. Do you think many white people voted for Kamala Harris? It's just a question. I know a lot of black people that came out and were like, "I'm voting for Trump." So I don't know about white people. Is there any of y'all that came out and voted for Kamala Harris, or do you think that
Yeah.
I'm curious.
If you're in America,
yeah,
you can
please
just say
comment on
in your
that, yeah.
comment who you were vouching for before the elections. I'd like to hear your views.
Yeah, with that being said, I feel like now that we know that Trump has won, we can literally end the video here.
Yeah, exactly. Victory.
Victory. Congratulations to the. So if Kamala the Democrats, what of Trump? What does he represent?
Republicans.
Republicans. What does that mean? Do you know?
No, I don't know what it means, like in deeper details. But I just know there's the Democrats and then there's
The
the
Republicans.
Republicans. Yeah.
Alright, let us know in the comment section.
Yeah.
You know,
And without any further ado, you know what to do.
subscribe, comment, can join the family,
Like,
share the video.
Share the video.
Remember, we cover all content. We're not just a purely we're a music channel.
We keep you informed.
We react to everything.
So many things, man.
So join the family, man, and suggest what you want us to see.
Join the cast again.
Cast the game. We in America now.
Yeah.